Hello, everybody. This is the Unit 14 review video. Hopefully, you're feeling somewhat comfortable with the concepts, but I'm going to go back over them. I'm only going to break it up into a couple of sections so that you can just kind of scroll through it if you need to. All right, so here we go. Test tomorrow. So hopefully this is helpful. All right, first thing, we're talking about oligopolies. Oligopolies are a few large firms, right? So the technical term is under 12. So a few very, very large firms that are interdependent, right? So a couple of their characteristics you need to know. Know that they all produce identical or slightly differentiated products. It's really not a defining characteristic, but really they produce substitutes of one another's goods. So if you buy my good, then you don't need to buy their good, for example. So they're producing substitutes with the other goods in the oligopoly. There are very high barriers to entry. If you're not one of the big firms that are in that kind of oligopoly pool, then it is highly unlikely that you're going to be able to break in without a completely new technology or new way of doing things. And then finally, they're interdependent. My decisions are not mine alone. I have to do them within the understanding that I have a group of other firms that also have some impact on what happens in my business or firm. It's a little weird that a firm cannot just make their own decisions. They have to rely or pay attention to, at least very close attention to, the decisions of another firm. Which leads us to game theory. Game theory is really the way that we understand or try to understand how these businesses are going to behave in reference to one another. Right? So first thing you need to know about game theory is developed by John Nash, and John Nash came up with this idea that really this Adam Smith concept of self-interest leading to the universal good is incomplete. Right? Normally, we do not make our decisions within a vacuum. We make decisions within a team where other people are going to be impacted in some way, shape, or form. So as a result, we need to strategize. And he started to develop a game theory matrix that helped us understand and predict human behavior, kind of the birthplace of behavioral economics, right? And he actually identified two main things that we're going to look at. He identified much more than that, won a Nobel Prize and everything. But he identified dominant strategy. Dominant strategy is when you will behave in the same way regardless of what the other firm would do. That's dominant strategy. And I highly recommend looking at STAD 14.1 for this one, where you went through and tried to identify dominant strategy. The first one on that, I went step by step on what you actually have to do in order to identify dominant strategy. Okay, but it's where your choice is not inhibited by the other firm's choices in any way, shape, or form. The second thing is Nash Equilibrium. Nash Equilibrium is where there's no incentive for you to change. It's like the beach scenario we watched that video of, where the two individual beachgoers kept going on either side of each other, right? Trying to get more and more of the profits until they ended up right beside each other. And that's where they're going to stay because no change in strategy can improve their individual conditions, right? So they can't get more profitability if they move their car further down the beach, it will get less. So it's their best possible option. That's Nash Equilibrium. That's when we can actually predict, decidedly so, the behavior. Now let's look at this matrix over here. This is what you're going to have to do on one of your FRQs. So I'm going to do it with you. So first we have firm 2 and firm 1. Remember, we have two options for each of these two firms, and we're going to assume that they're oligopolies. What they do impacts what the other firm should do and vice versa, right? And then we're going to try to find or identify dominant strategy here. Okay, so first thing you do is you look at holding one of the firm's constant. So I always hold the top firm, or firm 2 in this scenario, constant because it's easier for me. It's just the way my brain works. So I'm going to hold it high. Let's say firm 2 only prices high. That's it, right there. What should firm 1 do if that's the reality? Should they price high and get 20 bucks or price low and 30? The answer is they should price low, right? So it's right here, they should price low. Bada boom, bada bing. For now, so if firm 2 prices high, firm 2 should price low. If firm 2 prices low, so now we're holding this constant. If that's the reality, is firm 2 prices low. Should firm 1 price high and get 0 or price low and get 10? And the answer is low. So what is firm 1 going to do? Firm 1 is going to price low. That is a dominant strategy. Doesn't matter if firm 2 is pricing high or low. In both scenarios, firm 1 is going to price low. Okay? Now let's look at firm 2. Firm 2, what should they do if firm 1 prices high? So we hold firm 1's high constant. So we're right here in this row. Should firm 2 price high and get $20 or price low and get $30? The answer is they should price low. Okay, if firm 1 prices low and we hold this constant, should firm 2 price low or high and get 0 or low and get 10? The answer is they should also price low. So as a result, firm 2 also has a dominant strategy. So both of these firms have a dominant strategy. Firm 2, regardless of firm 1, what firm 1 is going to do, firm 2 will price low. Dominant strategy. So in this scenario, and that's rare, both of our firms have a dominant strategy. So we can puzzle out exactly what's going to happen. What's going to happen is firm 1 is going to price low because they'll do that no matter what. Firm 2 is going to price low because they'll do that no matter what. And as a result, we have our Nash equilibrium, which is where both of these firms price low and cannot improve their condition by changing their decision to high. If firm 2 goes to high, they get $0 now. If firm 1 goes to high, they get $0 now. So as a result, both are going to price low. Now, if that made sense to you and you're like, yes, I can apply that to other game theory matrices, then you're good. If not, I have some examples on Canvas, more videos on game theory matrices with different varying strategies. All right, so that's what you need to do. Dominant strategy, Nash equilibrium. All right, I'm going to stop this video right here, and then we'll pick up from here on our next one. Thanks.